All right, guys, it's been about a year since I've made a video, and I just wanted to make hopefully a quick video, or as quick as I can, recapping what's happened in the past year. So last year, starting in the winter, it was me, my dad, and one other guy working. His name was Zach, and we were handling the plowing. I had Zach; he was getting paid a salary to do the sidewalks. Another guy that was going to end up working with us in the spring, his name was Corey. Me and him were watching courses, learning how to do pavers because we had decided that that's something we wanted to do. And he actually was leaving school to do pavers because he was passionate about that. So we were learning how to do that. I got certified and became a technician, so I was able to use weed control and fertilizers. I was also working on advertising. I bought a tractor and I also bought a truck. And then moving into the spring, Zach ended up leaving us. Him and his girlfriend moved down to Massachusetts. Corey came on board. My other friend Stu came on board. And so then it was me, my dad, my girlfriend Des, Stu, and Corey. We got rolling on the pavers. I was doing the weed control, and then we had our usual mix up of mulching and landscaping and trimming and cleanups, those sort of things, and mowing. Another thing to note is our mowing. We increased a lot from last year. We doubled the mowing. Our advertisements, some of the more specific ones that I focused on was direct mail. That really took off. Then we moved into midsummer. I started getting really swarmed with the office work, and as well as we had a lot of work in the field. So that was kind of a struggle that was happening at this point. Stu, my buddy, ended up leaving because he wasn't too into the landscaping. That was fine, put his 2 weeks in. Corey ended up leaving shortly after. I don't know why, he never told me, so that that kind of sucked. We hired my dad's longtime friend to help him mow. At that time, my dad and his name's Bill, they were doing all the mowing. And then we hired a guy named John who had called. He ended up he didn't stay with us very long. And then a little bit before this time, Alex was his name. He had a garbage business, and I ended up hearing about him. He called me asking if I wanted to buy his trailer. And then I asked him if he was selling his garbage business, and he was. So I ended up buying that and taking that over in April, May. Alex actually ended up coming and working with us. So me and him were doing part of the garbage route together. And then for a while it was me, Stu, Alex, Corey, my dad, Bill, and Desiree. And then Stu and Corey ended up leaving. So it was me, Alex, my dad, Bill, John. That truck that I talked about was up and running for a little bit, and then and it's a piece of junk. The hood ended up flying up while we are driving. It cracked the windshield, so we didn't use it. We probably only used it for maybe a month. Then shortly after this time, there was another guy who approached me who was selling his business, or I heard of him through a mutual contact. I ended up buying his customers. My dad's girlfriend, Lisa, who's an IT manager at the hospital, she ended up coming on board and doing she ended up doing a lot of the admin work. She took over. I got a new phone, I'm actually getting a phone call right now. So I have two phones now, a personal and then the business phone. She took over the business phone and is doing the scheduling and majority of the office work. That was a huge weight off my shoulders. That kind of takes us to just about where I am now, pretty much for the rest of the season. It was, like I said, me, Bill, my dad, John for a little bit, and then Alex. And then more recently, I hired a guy named Keenan. Alex actually just left. He's getting a job as a lineman. So he left. And so now it's me, my dad, Bill, Keenan, Lisa, and Des. And that's what we've been running for the past 2-3 weeks. One thing which I'm going to make a whole other video about is the garbage business. Like I said, I purchased from Alex. Now I've actually decided to get rid of the garbage route, and I found somebody who I'm actually going to trade snow plowing contracts for. And I think that's going to work out really well, and I'll explain that in another video. One other thing, we have a guy starting this week, a new guy who has experience landscaping. So really my goals right now are to get a solid group of guys and really get everything streamlined and more efficient. we've grown a lot. I feel like before my goal was really just hitting these numbers, and now I've realized the numbers will come, but now I want everything to be streamlined. And this whole channel is about road to financial freedom. So right now I'm really trying to get my time freedom back. So that's kind of my goal right now, is to get qualified people in the business and delegate tasks to them. So essentially I'll be able to pass, if you've ever heard of it, like the 2-week test, where you can leave your business for 2 weeks and see if it'll run without you. Yeah, I'll try and keep this video short and sweet. So that's it. Next video I'll put out is going more in depth on the garbage run and why I've decided to get rid of that. So stay tuned for that.